Hi there. So I was not going to do another video for another couple of days. I wanted to get a couple days worth of the happiness challenge under my belt before I did another video, but I'm just going to be totally honest and tell you that day one has been difficult for me. The enemy is coming in hard today, you guys. So right now I am currently sitting, hiding out in my bathroom. Just trying to catch my breath. I took a shower and sat in the seat of my shower and just cried my eyes out for a good 5 minutes because it's been an emotional day for me. I got up this morning ready to go, going really strong, good attitude, and headed out with my daughter at 5 a.m. to go to her volleyball tournament in another town. And we were super excited. This is her first volleyball tournament of this season, and she was so excited. And we got to the arena where they were playing, to the gym where they were playing, and there were some other parents there throughout the day who were just kind of negative, and they were forgetting that this is those girls' first time, some of them, ever playing ball. This is their first time playing as a team together, for many of the teams. And their kids, there were no college scouts there today. We're not going to the Olympic volleyball team or anything like that. And it just kind of got me in a cranky mood because I try to always be super positive with my daughter when she's playing and really supportive of her. And even if she's messing up or doing something wrong, I try to always just shower her with positivity and compliments. And so that kind of got me down. I shook it off and, I just told myself, let it go. It's not your problem, not your kid. One of those, not my circus, not my monkeys kind of thing. And so I went on with my day. We got home today, and when I got home, I had just finished making dinner, and my dad called and told me that my mom and my aunt were on their way to Springfield because my grandmother was being taken by ambulance to Springfield, and that she was not doing very well. And my grandma has been sick for about just a little over a year now. She had a heart attack just a little over a year ago, and when she had her heart attack, it was not good. She has less than 30% of her heart muscle that's even living, if I am remembering all the statistics correctly. But in the last few months, she has just kind of deteriorated from some decisions that she's making for herself, and she's just having a hard time. She's really weak, she's worn out, and she's not able to take care of herself and get up and kind of do what she needs to do. And so really unbeknownst to anyone else, she hasn't been eating, and so she's basically starving herself. And so then she is beginning to have some panic attacks and some anxiety associated with all of the stuff that she's dealing with. And so I can say that's kind of what happened today. It was she had a panic attack, and then she just was not able to get it under control. And luckily my mom was there when it happened, but we're not always going to be around. We all have jobs and lives and families that we have to be with, and while we want to be there taking care of her all the time, we're just not able to do that. It's not functional for any of us to be there all the time. And we just love her so much, and we're all really worried about her, and we need her to just kind of change her mindset and just will herself back into her recovery and just being well. And so we're all dealing with this, and my mom is sending updates to the family, and my uncle is just being a tool. You guys, honestly, he's just infuriating. There's no other word for him. He is incredibly selfish, and he doesn't think of anyone except for himself. And every time there's been a family emergency come up, he does the same thing, and it's always about him. And then he throws these big temper tantrums and gets mad for reasons that no one even knows or understands why he's mad. And it just adds an entire level of stress to our lives that we don't need. None of us need that right now. My aunt and her husband are dealing with some very serious health complications. My aunt has been just got out of the hospital last week from having been on a ventilator for almost 2 weeks for health problems. Her husband is now in the hospital with some health problems. My grandma's in the hospital with health problems. My cousin is going into surgery Monday for some health problems. Like, we've got a lot happening in our lives, and we don't need him being so cranky and needy and selfish all the time. And so it's just really frustrating. And I'm trying really hard to hold on to that gratitude and joy that I'm needing to get through these next 7 days. But it's really, really difficult. And I've had to stop myself several times from typing something back to him in our family group that while it would for a moment make me feel better, it in the end wouldn't make me feel better, and it wouldn't do any good because it's going to be falling on deaf ears. He's not going to hear it. And so I'm just really struggling with that. And I'm feeling overwhelmed with a lot of emotions right now, and just trying to process and deal with all of the stuff that's happening in our lives. And it's really hard to stay focused on happiness when all of this other stuff is just piling on. And so I took a shower and I cried, because that's my safe space. In the walls of this little bitty bathroom, this is my safe space. This is where I can come and close the door and turn the water on, and I can cry and I can pray and I can let all of that stuff out, and then walk out of these doors just feeling kind of relieved. And so when I was in the shower, I said in my last video that I was really going to focus on trying to pray about situations and things that were frustrating to me. And so while I was in the shower, I did that. I prayed about the situation with my uncle and how to handle it. And I don't have the answers for that right now, other than to not respond to him, to just remove myself from that family group and to not be a part of that drama, because emotionally right now I can't handle that. But I was reminded that through all of these things, this little nugget of happiness and joy today was watching my daughter have so much fun playing a sport that she loves, and the joy on her face whenever she was doing well, and how exciting that is for me to watch her succeed and do something she loves, regardless of points they didn't score or mistakes that they all made or whatever. She had fun today, and that's all that matters. And then this evening, when I'm dealing with all of the stress and I'm getting the news about my grandma, and I'm trying to steady myself for all of the possibilities of what could be coming, my boyfriend was here with his kids. They were having dinner with us, and he was here, and we were able to take just a few moments to kind of slip away and just sit and talk. And he hugged me, and it just made me feel so much better, and just kind of instantly took that stress away from me, and it was like my safe space. And so when I'm at the end of the night after he left, and I'm feeling frustrated because he has to go, and I know he has to go home, but I don't want him to go home. But I know he needs to go home because he has a life that he has to take care of too. And then I got in the shower, and I'm praying about all of this, and I'm crying, and I'm letting it all out. And God is reminding me that through all of these stresses today, He's given me these peaceful, happy moments. And while not every moment is going to be peaceful and happy, and joyful, there are nuggets of happiness in every moment, regardless of what it is. And I shared with you in my last video, my friend Michelle, I said she's the person who can find joy in any situation. And I want to be that person. And today I was reminded that regardless of what frustrating situation is coming up, there's always something joyful to find in every single situation. And so I just wanted to check in with you guys. I know this video is getting long, so I'm going to go ahead and log off here in a second, but I just wanted to check in with you. If you're doing this happiness challenge, the 7-day happiness challenge, and you're struggling with it and you're feeling overwhelmed, even just on day one, because it's day one for me and I'm feeling overwhelmed. If you're feeling that, I want you to remember that it's okay. It's okay to feel overwhelmed with that. And it's okay to not have joy in every moment. As long as you can stop at the end of the day and find joy throughout the day and the big joyful moments. So that's all I have for today. I'd love to hear your comments on how you're doing with this challenge. If you're doing it with us, or, whatever you have to say in response to this. I look forward to hearing it. Bye.